All right, Rich Perez with the great Dr. Joshua Culbreath, 1956 Olympian, track and field. Dr. Culbreath, tell me about Wyllie B. White, because we talked about her a little bit a year ago at Bally's when we did our interviews, and here we are at the beautiful M Resort here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Wyllie B. White really meant so much to you and so much to the world. Explain what I'm talking about here.
Well, Wyllie B. White was a young lady that was about 16 and a half years old in 1956. And I have to mention another counterpart of hers, which was Wilma Rudolph, who was a young lady at that time. And they were two youngest girls on the 1956 Olympic team. Wyllie B. was in the long jump. She had to jump against one of the greatest jumpers in the world at that time, who the girl won the Olympic gold medal. Her name was Elizabeth Krasinski of Poland. Wyllie, as a young girl, had a lot of experience. And in order to tell you about that, because this is what led her to be on that Olympic team. As a young girl, she was an exceptional athlete. She's born in a little place called Money, Mississippi to some people, but as Wyllie got older, she referred to it as Monet, and which I accepted. But it was a great thing because she was filled with a lot of joy and excitement, and she was able to defeat say high school and college girls when she was approximately, say, 12 and 13 years of age. So she was an exceptional athlete. And of course, this was not to be denied. And Wyllie was destined, I call it kismet, fate, preordained to be someone of greatness. She is a very attractive little girl with red hair and green eyes. And she was a very determined individual. And I had several people that I like to relate to that played a major role in this young lady's life. One of them was Dr. Nell Jackson, who was on the 1948 Olympic team for the U.S., who also taught at Tuskegee Institute, and she was one great runner and a great inspiring woman. That she did a lot for the black women in track and field, because she was one of the first that started the women's movement for track and field, and also for becoming officers in their own organization. Dr. Nell Jackson died several years ago, but she had such women as Dr. Dorothy Ritchie, who was an inspiration to a lot of people, particularly to Wilma, not to Wilma, I'm sorry, but to Wyllie B. And Wyllie became very attached to her, and if it were not for Dr. Ritchie, I mean, there were a lot of things that would not have made possible for some of the young people in track and field today, particularly Wyllie B. White, because Wyllie went on as an athlete from that first Olympic Games. She came and she showed the world what she was made of. A young girl from a little place from a sharecropping area down in Mississippi. And here she is now at the Olympic Games in Melbourne, Australia. And I don't recall if it was her second or third leap, but she got second, a silver medal, when she was 16 years of age in Melbourne, Australia. And this was to lead her. From that time, she would make 4 more consecutive Olympic teams. And you know, when you have a span like that of a period, say of every 4 years, and you're talking a 20-year period of staying in mental and excellent physical condition, and she was an inspiration to any and all the athletes. Just think of it, the many athletes with 5 Olympic teams that she made and befriended. And she could run the 80-meter hurdle, she could run the 100, the 200, and she was on world record 4x1 relay teams for the United States. She won the American title in the long jump, indoor, outdoor. She had junior national titles, senior national titles, and I think I was counting like maybe about 19 when you count the years and you count the junior nationals, the senior nationals. And when you have a lady with that versatile, I mean, to run the 80-meter hurdles at that time, the 100, the 200, and also they had a 300-meter relay, 400-meter relay, and she was on a couple of the world record teams with some of the fastest women we had in the world. But that is just to speak about some of her feats. She was an inspiration to many, and I had to mention, like I said, the mentors like Dr. Nell Jackson and Dr. Dorothy Ritchie, because these women also played a major role in the inspiration of many of the great black athletes to come later.
Wow, Doc, these are tremendous, and we're going to keep going on with more with Dr. Joshua Culbreath. live from Las Vegas, Nevada, here on this beautiful July 19th, 2009. A little cloudy, but we're having fun here.
You got it.
All right, Dr. Joshua Culbreath, we'll be back.